Hello, hello. Hello, everyone. I am Joy Bailey. I am the mortgage boss, and it is so good to be back. So, to those of you that are new here, I am a mortgage loan officer. I'm located here in Charlotte. I'm licensed in multiple states, and I help first-time home buyers as well as investors. We do FHA, VA, conventional loans, and some non-QM stuff for people that have unique scenarios. And I try to use this YouTube platform so that I can get out good, concrete, fact-based information. Just because there are so many things that are out in the media that are just not true. So I hope that as you guys come in, you go ahead and you hit the like button for me, because I really would like the engagement. And my goal on this Mortgage Boss Talk Tuesday is to join you this Tuesday and every Tuesday just to talk about what's going on in the housing market. And so I was doing it before, but I was like, oh God, Jesus Christ, this is boring. And I'm not a boring person. I laugh, I joke, I like to have a good time. And I genuinely enjoy what it is that I do so much. And I do have a passion for it. And so I want to really customize it more to my personality. So I look at a lot of YouTube channels, and YouTube channels like Shahida Hill. She is a realtor in Atlanta. Sir Ashley, he is a realtor here in Charlotte. He actually just partnered with another guy that is on YouTube as well. And they just opened up their own brokerage here in Charlotte called Lifestyle. And I looked at several different channel styles, and I just, while I used to be a teacher and I enjoy teaching, and that's what this platform is for. It don't have to be so, boxy and conservative. What I would like to bring in this rebrand, revamp, remix, is me. All of me. Like I said, I can promise you're gonna get fact-based information no matter what, but it don't have to be boring. So I'm gonna hit up a few different things, a couple of different hot topics. What has been going on in real estate since I have been gone? A lot of things have been going on since I have been gone. Hey Terrell, how are you? Thank you so much for joining me. So want to cover a few different hot topics of things that that I found to be relatively interesting, things that people are talking about. And then I'm also going to introduce a new segment that is going to put a little spice in this, and it's called What's the T in Mortgage? Get it? T, mortgage, T. I don't know. I get it. Anyway. So that should be something that's a little more pop culture-ish. Okay. So anyway, if I limit it to an hour, if it goes over an hour, whatever, it's fine. But my goal is to give you information and also make sure that I am answering any questions that any of you may have. So hits the drums. What drums? Oh, let me back up. I don't want people to think I don't have no shirt on. Anyway, so if you know, I did have another podcast with some ladies in our YouTube mastermind group with the lead attorney, and we would get on at like 9:00 at night, and it would be girl talk. So we're gonna have a little chit chat. Oh, thank you. I appreciate the drums. Thank you, because it was, you get it, you get the joke. T, mortgage, you spell it with a T. But I'm tripping. But yeah, so anyway, so hopefully my technology won't fail me, because I really do be struggle streaming. Like, I know the lead attorney with all his 500,000 or 300,000 subscribers. He say he struggles streaming, but I really be messing up for real. So hopefully we'll have some sound, and hopefully my screen will share. Let's find out. Let's find out together. So let's catch up a little bit. What's been going on in the market? What has been happening in the housing market, and what do we predict to happen for the rest of 2023? So we have officially hit the halfway point, and it's rough. It's rough out here. It's hard for everybody. It's hard for buyers because the interest rates have been going up. Last week, I just wanted to lay down and take a nap because I had someone that gave me a contract on Friday, the Friday before the 4th of July. So was it July the 1st? Gave me the contract, said they didn't want to lock the rate in. Okay, girl, whatever, that's fine. So we keep going on or whatever. And next thing I know, on Tuesday, I'm like, hey, you know, the rates went up a lot in the last few days. Oh, no, I didn't know. Well, the rate's the rate, no problem. Okay, that works for you. But when the rates are fluctuating like this, it ends up taking people's affordability. So that is what a lot of the gridlock is that people are experiencing. They're finding that they decided they wanted to wait. Oh, I'm gonna wait a year. And they got out here this year and it has not worked out favorably for them. So a lot of people on YouTube have issued doomsday. Like they've been announcing this crash. The market is failing. It's gonna be all of these foreclosures. Oh, it's the Armageddon of real estate is on the way. Well, I mean, it still ain't happened yet because people still buying these houses. That's why there are none for people to buy, because no one is selling because they like the house that they have. They like the rate that they have, but we should have had a lower interest rate than what we have right now. The prediction was the rates were supposed to go down back in May. Didn't happen. In fact, like I said, they went up. So this article here is kind of giving its forecast. So let's talk a little bit about what can we expect for the second half of the year, because what we do know for sure, regardless of if rates continue to climb, what goes up absolutely must come down. And it's important for you to see what's going on, recognize the cycles so that you can be prepared for what happens over the coming days, weeks, months, and year. So right here is saying that the national average, it went down in June, but it ticked back up to a 6.81. So that's pretty much 7%. So if you think about 7%, a lot of times I get calls from people and they're like, well, I don't want my house payment to be more than $2,000. So that's going to put you right around maybe a payment of, if you're doing a minimum down payment, that's going to, a housing purchase price of somewhere maybe around something in the twos. So if you think about 7% interest rate, 7% times however many hundred thousands, that's just going to give you your principal and interest. You have to add in your taxes, your insurance, your mortgage insurance, and then any HOA dues if you have those. So you can see that this escalates the purchase price, it escalates the payment pretty quickly. So they thought it was going to stay flat, didn't stay flat. The Fed was supposed to stop hiking interest rates. Didn't happen. He said that he was going to stop hiking interest rates back in, I think, December. I think that was supposed to be the last. And since then, he said, nope, just kidding. It's not been enough pain in the market yet. Enough people haven't lost their jobs yet. We have to slow this thing down. The idea was we're going to keep hiking until the system breaks. Something has to break. Nothing has broken. People are continuing to go on trips. People are continuing to purchase homes. People are continuing to do everything and anything that they want to do with their money. Everything except not spend it. And regardless, the demand is still, because of that, the demand is still high. There are not enough houses. They're not building enough homes at a rapid enough rate to offset it. And so consequently, we're still in a tight supply. So that right there is why the market is not going to crash. Not happening. It's nothing to crash because there's just not enough. It hasn't been enough negativity in the economy to make people lose the money that they have. So it says here, despite the high mortgage rates, the market remains as competitive as ever thanks to strong demand coupled with tight inventory supply, due in part to those that purchased homes in recent years at record low interest rates staying put. They ain't moving. These baby boomers, they ain't got nowhere to go. The people that purchase the homes, they have nowhere to go, because imagine going from a 3% interest rate to a 6 or 7% interest rate for your next home. You might as well stay where you are and get an equity line of credit and just add on to your house. Renovate the house, do whatever you need to, but move. So that is where we are right now. Home prices, a lot of times I've been hearing, oh, the prices are falling. The prices aren't necessarily falling. It's more of, it's not necessarily the prices are falling. It's that you have to consider the median, right? So the median is the middle number. So the middle number is, you got, let's say 10. So you got 5 up here and 5 down here. Whatever that middle number is considered the median. The median number is what is changing. Why is that median number changing? It's not because people are lowering the price of their home. It's because people can't afford to get here. So pretend, I live in Charlotte, so let's not pretend. I think the median is something like $400,000, something like that. That means half of the purchases were above that and half were below that. The higher the interest rates go, you can't get up here. You got to stay here or below. You got to stay in your tax bracket, So it's not changing. It's just that the affordability is. So just again, think about the interest rate. So, and I'm making this up just for the purpose of the example. If the median last year was, I'm making this up, 420, and now it's 400, it's not a big decrease, but they'll make it sound like, oh my God. It's not a, oh my God. My pre-approvals that I'm sending out are lower and lower every day, because the reality is, even though the market as a whole apparently in Charlotte can bear $400,000 and $500,000 prices, the average American can't really do that. About 80% of the people here in Charlotte cannot afford to purchase a home. About 80% cannot afford to purchase a home. Isn't that crazy, y'all? And I actually did a YouTube video about that, where I said what I would consider to be a reasonable income for someone purchasing. I think a $420,000 house was the number that I used. But when you all look at these headlines, please know that they are there for clicks and views. The national media, all of it is CNBC. They are pushing propaganda. They are pushing fear, because when people are scared, that's when they listen. Oh my God, my house going down in value. What am I going? Oh my God. The other thing too, to offset some of this negativity that people are saying about the housing prices. Yes, like I said, it's slightly lower, but you have to consider why. It's not the average, it's the median. It's that middle number. So the other thing is, they'll say home sellers are slashing the prices of their homes by 40%. No, they're not. Let's say I put my house on the market. Let's say I bought my house 2 years ago. And let's say I bought my house 2 years ago for $300,000. And last year, if I put my house on the market, I could have sold it for $400,000. Well, because I'm greedy and I think I just deserve it, I'm gonna put my house on the market this year, 2 years later, for $500,000. Well, this market ain't last year's market. So the value didn't decrease from $500,000 that I put on the MLS. If I sold my house, if I listed my house for $500,000, that don't make it worth $500,000 just because I say so. So now, me and all my glory and my, everybody will love my house. Oh, I love my house. Why wouldn't they spend this much money on my house? It's my house. Now it's like, oh, okay. So, okay, cool. We ain't on that type of time no more. Okay. So appreciation didn't go up, another like 20% year over year. Okay. So let me pull it back. So maybe I need to just like, let me see if I put it on the market for 450. I haven't lost any value. I haven't lost anything. I was wrong and I was greedy when I listed the price of my house. Do y'all understand what I'm talking about when I say that? Hello, everyone. Thank y'all so much for joining me. I appreciate it because Lord knows I need these watch hours, y'all. I'm trying to get monetized. Things happening. I'm trying to educate people. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much. Let me see here. Who we got in the chat? Yes, thank you, Terrell. Everybody, please hit the like button for me. I really appreciate it if you would. I really, really do. I really appreciate it so much. Thank you. All right. I really, y'all don't understand. The girl is on Struggle Street over here, and I'm gonna get to that in a second. Y'all want to know what's going on behind the scenes in real estate? I'm gonna let you know. Because I'm pretty honest over here. All right. So okay, good information. I know nothing about real estate. Well, mama, baby, that's what I'm here for. Honestly, I really am. Like I said, I really, and I'm not trying to get like all biblical and spiritual or anything like that. But y'all, I took a break. I felt like I hit a wall. Some of you may know this, some of you may not. So if you heard the story before, listen to it again. So I've been in real estate. I've been a mortgage loan officer for almost 9 years. It'll be 9 years on August the 4th. And it's just me, just Joy, and I have a 14-year-old son. Don't nobody pay my bills. My mama don't buy me lunch, nothing. So I just been going. And in the summer of 2021, I was working for a company that they'd recruited me. They paid me a bonus to come because I had it going on. I was getting awards, y'all. I don't know if y'all can't see my awards over there. But yeah, I had it going on. Salesperson. I had it, whatever. When I left my company in February, I was actually the top salesperson for the month on my team. So I get to this other company. They done wine and dine me, and they like, "Ooh, baby, we love you." Like, come on, baby, come on. Baby, you know what's up. Okay, I'm here. Nothing that they told me was true. So, and at that time I was in a consumer direct setting. So in consumer direct, I would be just picking up the phone saying, what y'all want to buy. Okay, let me help you get qualified. I would not be actively recording videos to try to gain people's trust or get people to like me so they would do business with me. I wouldn't have to do all of that. And so about 90 days later, so March, April, May, June. So like the middle or end of June, my manager, his manager got on the phone with me. Mind you, I saw the thing was going downhill quickly. And I kept raising my hand. I was like, why the phone not ringing? Y'all told me the phone was gonna be ringing. Why the phone not ringing? What's happening? Oh, well, it's the market. The rates weren't really going up. They had gone up this much. So we were going from, 2.99 to 3.25, something like that. So not a lot. So anyway, so they basically get me on this call. And y'all, I remember this like it was yesterday because I was, I had a lot of hormonal activities with my body that day. And they were like, "Oh, we got this great opportunity for you." Great opportunity for me. What you talking about? "Oh, it's going to be wonderful and great." It's going to be wonderful and great. What's going to be wonderful and great? So basically they told me, it was like, you ain't got to go home, but you got to get the hell out of here. Because remember I told y'all they pay me that bonus to come to the company. And so instead of just firing me, they was trying to manage me out. So I live in North Carolina. They put me in a retail space. And so I was treading water for months and months and months. And I was working. Like I was all on Instagram trying to get people to hear me. I was everywhere. I wasn't on YouTube yet, but at the time, the market was going bananas. Rates were starting to go up a little bit, but they were fine. So I was meeting realtors, I was getting referrals, I was writing pre-approvals, I was getting it done. But I don't know if anybody here exercises at all. But if you've ever jogged, like a 3-mile jog, you get home, you're like, whoo, you glowing, you're like, oh, sweating. You like, I feel good, right? Well, when you're running a race or when you're running a 3-mile jog and running like you running from a dog, two totally different things. And so I've been running like I've been running from a dog for about almost, at that point, about 1.5 years. And I ran out of gas. I was tired. I was juggling a lot. It was a lot going on. And so I had to put the social media thing down. I was involved in stuff. I was juggling all of these balls. And I was like, you know what would have happened if I let the balls just drop? I dropped. I watched them roll around on the floor and I took a nap. So I'm back now. I feel good. Everything is all good. But nonetheless, I appreciate it. That's what I'm here for, to provide as much value for you as I possibly can. To provide as much fact-based information to you as I can. I have been doing this for 9 years. Like I said, 9 years on August the 4th. Prior to that, I was a middle school teacher. Shout out to the teachers. Shout out to the principals. But we gonna talk concrete fact-based information over here. It's not gonna be a lot of fear-mongering. If I tell you to be scared, baby, you better be scared. But I'm not here to scare you, but I am here to be honest with you. And I tell people all the time, I'm not here to make you feel good. I'm here to get you a loan. You want a house or no? So we gonna deal with facts over here. Okay, so y'all speaking to each other. Hey, Paul, how you doing? So guys, Paul is he's a loan officer as well. He reached out to me because I kind of split my content a little bit. So half of my content is about getting a loan, and the other half of the content is for like 0 to 3 year loan officers. Because baby, like I said, I turned 40, the lights went out on me. I was tired. My soul was weary. I had to figure out some other ways. So because I do enjoy helping people and getting people in the industry. I guess he started following because of some of the content I was producing over there. But no, shout out to another loan officer. What do you say? Seems like new construction is the way to go at the moment. Baby, listen, if you really want to buy now, that is true. That's true. Paul, are you losing any deals to new construction, to like the builders, preferred lenders? Because I am. They kicking my ass. They kicking my ass. They are. They killing me. If y'all knew how many deals I lost this year, like I made a video about it. I haven't published it yet because I need to go back and re-edit it again. It's bad. He said I am for sure. Yeah, it's bad. It's really bad. So unfortunately, though, the housing shortage that we have can only be solved by new construction. No one is moving. Nobody is going anywhere until the rates start to come back down. And as of right now, one of the predictions I saw maybe 60 days ago, 90 days ago, rates were supposed to come down to 4.5 or so by the end of the year. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We over it. We're bored with it. We don't know what to do. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what the rates are going to be. No clue whatsoever. At this point, we're going to stop guessing. We have no clue. If they 7, then they go down to 6. But here's what I can tell you. This is fact, okay? I can tell you that the way that interest rates are structured, and I got an accredited mortgage professional designation, so I have learned pricing strategies and things about the secondary market, so I'm qualified to say the statement. The reality of it is interest rates are really supposed to be about 1% lower than they are. just based on, all of the things that I won't get into. But right now we are full 1% above where we're actually supposed to be. So hopefully it'll come down. We'll see. I don't know. I don't think it'll make a difference though, because these prices, they still gonna be high. They're gonna be high no matter what. What you gonna do? What can you do? Nothing. Nothing at all. You was thinking about getting a second home for income? Okay, let me see. I was thinking about. Oh, hey, real bravado, how you doing? Thank you for joining me. I was thinking about getting a second home for income. What does my situation need to look like to carry two mortgages? Okay, can I circle back to that? Because I definitely will surely answer that for you. Give me 1 second. Rates are up with housing prices staying mostly flat. Yeah, it's gonna murder people's willingness to list. They're not gonna list. And I think most of the people here own homes already. If you don't, you will. We gonna get you there. That's what I'm for. Yeah. If you bought a house in 2000 anything, and we're here now, this is no need. Where you moving to? You gonna get half the house for twice the price, quite literally. So no, they're not going anywhere. And then when the rates come down, what do y'all think is gonna happen? Somebody put in the chat. I'm just curious. What do you think? So if we go down, let's pretend it's 4.5%. What do you believe is going to happen? Do you think everybody's gonna be like, oh, I want to move, I'm gonna move? What do you think is gonna happen? Terrell says we were supposed to go down there. Oh, y'all talking. Y'all talking. All right. Oh, I'm up too far. Y'all see, I ain't been live streaming in a minute. Okay, I was thinking about. Okay, so what does your situation need to be to carry two mortgages? It's all about your debt to income ratio. If you are going to rent out one and get a second home for, so an investment property, is that what you're saying? Because you need to clarify, because second home and investment, they mean two different things. But generally speaking, let's say you're going to move from your primary residence and you're going to turn that into an investment property, and you're going to move to another primary residence while retaining the original investment, the original primary as an investment. You would just need to provide the lender with a lease agreement showing that the rent payment will cover, well, you don't have to, but ideally the rent payment will cover whatever the mortgage is. But we don't give you dollar for dollar. We only give you 75% of whatever the rent is. So your rent would need to be a little bit higher than whatever the mortgage is to zero it out. So that's one thing. Yes, please don't forget to hit the like button, y'all. Please don't, because I got a couple more little articles or whatever. It's okay to take a break, baby. Yes, it is. You're absolutely right. Yes, it is. It is absolutely okay to take a break. I learned the hard way. No one got hurt. I'm not doing heart surgery over here. I'm not saving anybody's life. I was over here saving my own life. I was tired, and I'm paying for it now, though. I'm paying for it now because, like I said, now, yes, the market has slowed down. It's not as many people buying. So in terms of transactions, we're way down in transactions for the year. So like number of units, but because the housing prices are higher, the housing market actually, I think Fannie Mae just bumped up what the original prediction was for the number of originations that we were going to have this year. So I think they bumped it up from maybe 2.5 to 2.7 trillion, something like that. I can't quite remember, but they readjusted it up. So yeah, but I haven't been getting the units. I've been losing. God, it ain't gonna be no fun if I tell y'all, but I tell you. So I have been losing deals to people that were tired of looking around because the house that they thought they were gonna get, they couldn't get. They, just got mentally exhausted. They were discouraged. I've gotten deals lost because new construction. They'll come to me And I do the whole spiel, and I'm like, yeah, you can buy a house and everything. And immediately, I mean, the ink still drying on the pre-approval letter. And they like, oh, well, so-and-so builder is going to give me. They're not giving y'all anything. I don't know if you guys know how that works with those incentives, but they are companies, y'all. They are profiting, like they're not nonprofit. They're for-profit companies. And you still paying for it. I mean, I know people probably don't care that they still paying for it, but they're not doing you a favor. A lot of times it's wrapped up in the rate and you don't realize it. They hide it in varying ways. However, if there is a builder out there that wants me to be a preferred lender, I'm happy to. Because that would certainly help my life a lot. But yeah, I did. I had to take a break, but I'm very refreshed now. I went on a trip with my son. We went on a cruise, and I feel so much better. Terrell say people want a $700,000 home for no money down and a $1,200 payment. Fact-based information right there. Yes, they do. It's just, and it's not anybody's fault. They just don't know. You don't know what you don't know. You don't know what you don't know. That's all it is to it. And right now, it's high. It's high. It's unreasonably high. Let's see, refinance time. If it drops, that's what I was saying. But I didn't think they were going to go up this high. So y'all, let me teach y'all a trick. Are y'all listening? I'm so serious, like dead for real. Please listen to me when I tell you this. Y'all know one trick that it's not a trick, but here's something that loan officers do. And I don't do this, and I have suffered for it. I hate that integrity that got. Darn it. FHA loans. If you are a loan officer and you put somebody in an FHA loan, that's potentially 3 transactions. You got the purchase, which you're going to make a commission on. When the rates fall, like he just said, the person probably is not going to be able to qualify for a conventional loan because they might not have enough equity. So let's just say you bought the house in January. Okay, the rates are what they are. And now let's say 18 months later, rates are down. They see it on the news. They're like, oh, I want to refinance. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, your DTI is too high. You don't have enough equity. Oh, okay. Well, I'll do a FHA streamline. That's commission number 2. We're going to wait another 2, maybe year and a half, something like that. You should have enough equity. Refinance you again into a conventional loan. So when people are like, oh, I want an FHA loan, it's cheaper. Okay. You say so. You done paid for 2 refinances. You done paid closing costs 3 times. So just be mindful of that, because I always try to think down the line. However, if you do have a FHA, I will happily streamline you and get you a lower rate without you having to necessarily income and credit qualify. You can only do something like that with a VA or FHA loan, by the way. So an investment property. So if you're going to purchase an investment property, the minimum for just a standard investment, because there are other products too, but I won't get into those right now. You and I, we can talk about those offline. But a standard investment property, most people think you got to put down 20 or 25%. You really only have to put down 15%. So if you're getting an investment property, and again, I live in Charlotte, people buying investment properties for $300,000. So let's pretend it's $300,000. $45,000 down payment. Is that right? Yeah. Woo. So you have to put a minimum down of 15% as a down payment. You would have mortgage insurance. I got to check the guidelines to see if it's for the life of the loan, but I know it used to be, but I have to double check that. So there is a con to only doing 15% down. And you would need to have some reserves, because we don't know you like that. We don't know if you're gonna like default on the loan and some other things, but that's the building blocks. That's the core of it. Tanya Stokes, Charlotte Realtor. Hey, how are you? Thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate you, y'all. She was showing me some love on one of my other videos. She made some comments. I appreciate that engagement. Oh, y'all, did y'all like? Don't make me look at my phone to make sure that y'all liked it. Can y'all like for me, please, please, please? Thank you. She says people on the fence will start buying if the rates go down. Facts, yes. So what will happen is if rates go from 7% to say 5.99. Well, Joe, why you say 5.99 instead of 6%? Because it's psychological. You think it's lower than it is. 5.99 is this much lower than 6%, right? So all you know is I got a rate in the fives. I got a rate in the fives. Okay, 5.99. So are people going to flood the market? No, probably not, because they can't afford it. I mean, if you can't afford $400,000, you can't afford $400,000. Like, the reality of it is, difference in $150 is probably not going to sway you that much. Difference in $200, it's probably not going to move mountains for you. But people will be more active, right? So there are going to be more people that will get out there, and that means that more people are going to be making offers. And because people are going to be making offers, and she can attest to this, here in Charlotte, we have multiple offer situations, regardless of your opinion of the market's going to crash, or regardless of your opinion of, oh, it's too high, does not matter. It's up and it's stuck. It's frustrating. Like, I'm not laughing at any of this because, again, I'm down bad right now. I need these rates to go down, okay? I need some people to buy. I need these loans to happen. But nonetheless, there will be people that will feel more comfortable in entering the market, and they'll get out there, and then the bidding wars, I don't think they'll be as bad as they were before, but they're going to be more people in the market bidding on same homes. Remember, we haven't added any houses. We still got the same finite number of houses no matter what. Whether the rates are 7% or whether the rates are 4%, they ain't building no houses. You can't build 6 million houses in a day, a week, or a month, or a year. And right now, it's about a 6.5 million unit shortage. And baby, don't let the wind blow the wrong way. And the new construction builders feel like something is going to happen. They immediately let out. Put them hammers down. Get off. Come on. Go. Clock out. Clock out. What? What you mean? So, clock. Why? So we're not going to keep going with this project? We're going to hold off on it. We're going to wait. Wait a minute. Let's see what's going on. Because y'all, what happened a long time ago in the early 2000s, they lost a lot of money. It was more houses than buyers because nobody could qualify. Y'all remember that? I don't know if you remember. You may or may not have, but yeah. I just wrote the outline, but I'm tired. In St. Louis, you get a property relatively decent. That is good. That's good. That is amazing. That really? I need to get my license in Missouri. I'm licensed in 13 states, though, by the way, y'all. The information is in my thing. Yeah. Oh God, St. Louis, 135. I can't imagine that. Like you can't even get grass. For real. Yeah, you can't. You can't get nothing here for that. I did have a lady that reached out to me. She's in South Carolina, and she said that she was trying to qualify for $75,000. I was like, "What you buying?" But when I realized she was in South Carolina, I was like, "Oh, okay." So yeah, there are definitely areas that are like that, but more often than not, again, thank you, Orlando, $400,000 a shoebox. Yes. Florida is like that. Florida is definitely like that. So anyway, but yeah, so as we learn more and more about what's happening with these rates, y'all, who do you think is going to be impacted? Like, because people are not stopping. They're not going to stop. Look at this. I got this right here. Hold on. People are not going to stop buying, because right before all of this, happened, look at this. Consumers on the 7th of the month, so a couple of days ago, consumers are coming to terms with elevated rates. They're coming to terms with elevated rates and high home prices. Yes, they are. They are. That's true. They definitely are. I remember 2 summers ago in 2021, I would do a pre-approval and I say, my questions are always the same. I'll start with, well, how much are you paying in rent? And I'll follow it up with, well, what is your payment range that, you're budgeting for this investment? Because a house is an investment. And the answer would always be $1,250, $1,300. Now, mind you, at the time, you could get that nice 5-bedroom for about $1,700. It was possible. But I was like, please, y'all, come on, like, let's be more flexible. Can we be? Nope. Nope. They were still stuck in yesterday. So the rates have been elevated so long now. Psychologically, like you've practically forgotten about what happened 3 years ago. That's just the way that your brain works. And you kind of adjust it. You're like, okay, well, it is what it is. $2,000, it ain't that bad. It ain't that bad. What? I remember when my rent was $650. Yeah. $2,000. Y'all, $2,000 is not that bad. Okay. It sounds bad to me. But people have gotten adjusted to it. People feel like it's a good time to buy. That's up 19% from May. So from May to June, people were like, okay, this is what it is. I got to move these kids while the kids are out of school. Let me just bite the bullet and keep it pushing. I'll figure it out later. That's how they felt. A percentage of respondents who say home prices will go up in the next 12 months decreased 36%. They're going up. They're definitely still going up. Okay. They're not going down. There's nothing to happen that's going to make it go down. It's up. It may not go up as quickly, but it's up. Absolutely. Let's see. About 16% expect mortgage rates to go down in the next 12 months, declining from May, where only 19%. Declining from May's 19%. A larger share of respondents think that mortgage rates will stay the same year over year. So that means that they like, okay, well, I'm fine with this. I'm cool. I'm fine with 7%, 6.5%. I can live with it. They're adjusted. So if they're adjusted and we go up, it'll be a little bit more pain, but people will get used to it. I know I've said this before. Do y'all know what the interest rates were in the 80s? Somebody put in the chat, what do y'all think? What were the interest rates in the 80s? What do you believe the rates may have been? Because if you haven't been around, well, I was born in the 80s. I'm young. Like I'm not old. I was a mere child. I was a toddler in the 80s. I don't even remember the 80s. Oh, I saw the 80s on TV. That's how young I am. Okay. So all of this, what I'm about to tell you about the 80s, is hearsay. Because I'm young. Anyway, so okay, a larger share of response believe that the rates will stay the same, whereas mid to late last year, most thought the rates would continue to go up. I definitely didn't see these rates going up again. I thought we were done with that. This seems to signal that consumers are adapting to the idea of higher mortgage rates and will likely stick around for the foreseeable future. It's up and it's stuck. That's how they feel. And they say, well, hey, I might as well. Even so, 78% of people believe it is a bad time to buy a home. Pessimism. Again, all of the people out here that are saying, oh, the market's going to crash. People believe it. Even though they've been saying the market's going to crash for what? 3, 4, 5, 6 years now. I mean, maybe one year you'll be right, but we've only had, I believe, 2 crashes in the last 70 years. So what side of history you gonna be on? You gonna roll the dice to be in the next, one in the next 20, 30 years that's gonna come? Like, it's not realistic to think that, because the data does not support it. And we are fact based over here. We're not pushing propaganda. We're dealing in facts. The math is what the math is. The statistics are what the statistics are. Do y'all know the average age of somebody purchasing a home? The first time home buyer, do you know what the average age of first time home buyer is? About 33. Do you all know what went on about 32, 33, 34 years ago? A baby boom. It was a little baby boom. Okay. They're coming. They're coming into the market. So they've already researched all of this. When people are going out and they're like, hey, there is no crash. And you see people like Logan Madashami. He is someone who I deeply respect. He writes articles, podcasts, things like that. He is an incredible statistician and historian. Barry Habib, I will follow him over a cliff. Now, Barry, if you see this, you really ruined my life when you said May 10th something was gonna happen and it didn't happen. But hey, that's neither here nor there. We all make mistakes. But these are thought leaders, and they have studied, every chart known to man. They know what they're talking about. They are not talking heads. They are so serious. They're not on YouTube. They don't come on YouTube to talk about this type of stuff. They do this for real. And so you have to go with the people that know, the people that are on the inside. So yeah, let's see. What did you say? Coupled with higher insurance rates. Yeah, it's very, very, very high. So did y'all see that in California? What was it? State Farm? They were like, we tapping out. Go get you some insurance somewhere else. Insurance, the insurance, like your homeowners insurance that you have to have. They were like, we sick of these fires. We can't afford this. So they're like, forget it. We're gonna tap out. Y'all can have it. And a lot of people don't realize where you purchase a home, like what state you're in, that's a part of what makes up your interest rate. Yes, there are so many outside the state coming in and buying up all over because the cost of homes in mid-income Black neighborhoods. Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. What was it called? It used to be, what was it, white flight? And that's like the reverse of that. In Charlotte, people are starting to come from the suburbs to go back into the inner city, and they're getting like the 203K loans and renovation loans, and they're or just construction loans, and they're flat out knocking down 800 square foot property and putting 2,000 square foot modern style property next to some little shack. So people are finding ways to get creative to repurpose the land that we do have. I don't think we'll see 3% again. I doubt it. People will definitely settle to 5% for sure. But that's one thing I always tell people: you gotta get ready, you gotta stay ready, so you have to get ready. And I understand it's hard to say that, like it's hard to do it, but you gotta stay ready, because you don't know, the market could shift at any time. Just because you can't buy it now, let's say you have saved up $28,000 and you like, man, these rates ain't never coming down, I ain't never gonna get a buy house. Hold your money. Please don't go and buy a car with your money, because it can flip on a dime. We can wake up tomorrow morning and it be some sort of catastrophe that happened overnight that caused the rates to plummet. You do not know. You have no idea. Again, I'm not going to get into all of the details, but there are a lot of different things that impact the rate, and the way that the bond markets react. And I can promise you, like, if some external event happens, you're going to see it in the rate. You think 9.75, y'all, no, 3%. Oh, girl, bye. No, ma'am. 18%. Yes, we were in the double digits. We was 18%. Now let's try to make sure that we put that in perspective. people were able to purchase homes for $70,000, $80,000, right? And it was a nice home with an 18% interest rate. So, it's a little different. And again, let's put it into perspective. If you made $100,000 in the 80s, the same $100,000 that everybody's like, I make six figures. The same $100,000 of the 80s where like you was balling out of control, where I think probably the top athletes were probably getting paid maybe what, $800,000, like $1 million, maybe. This before Michael Jordan came on the scene with all his shoes and whatnot. They weren't getting paid like they're getting paid now. 18% interest rate on a loan like this. So some people argue I would rather have the high interest rate and the low purchase price for the balance. Other people are like, I will give you $100,000 more so I can have this rate down here. They don't care. I can't tell you what's a right way to look at it because I don't know. I haven't really put a whole lot of thought into it, but I do know as many schools have thought about it. One thing I have learned in this job, everybody looks at money differently. Everyone has a different life experience with money and finances. It could be argued, no, it's only one right way. Not necessarily. Everybody's relationship with money is different. What you may value, I may not, and it's okay. So, I mean, ultimately, the people that paid the $100,000 with their 3% rate, you want what they got, and they ain't coming up off it. The other thing, did y'all notice that they were talking about these Airbnbs? They supposed to, it's Airbnb, they in trouble. I don't know a lot about Airbnbs. I know it's a wave right now. I do know that. I've gotten first-time home buyers that have said that they wanted, can I get an Airbnb? I'm getting a market. I want an Airbnb. Okay, you want an Airbnb? Oh yeah, I'm a first-time home buyer. What about down payment assistance? Those things are in opposition of one another. My thought about the Airbnbs and what impact it's going to have on this market, even if a couple of them, are sold because they're not going under foreclosure. They're not foreclosing. Y'all don't know the foreclosure process. It takes 1,000,000 years to foreclose on a property. They're not foreclosing. Okay. So they'll sell the property. They ain't going to sell it to you. It's not going to be this wave where it's going to be like so many houses. Remember earlier I said it's a 6.5 million unit housing shortage. Let's pretend that 500,000 people with Airbnbs are like, I gotta give up my Airbnb. We still in the same scenario. There is no wave. There is not 7 or 8 million units that are Airbnbs that's going to experience this issue. A lot of Airbnbs, they're not, 1 bedroom, two bedroom. They 4 or 5 bedrooms. So we still talking about $500,000 in a lot of markets. Again, real estate is local, but I'm just pontificating. No, you do not need an Audi. You are right. You don't need it. My pops got his house in 1986, $72,000, 4 bed, 2 bath, 1,650 square feet. Yes. Yeah. Yep. But at like an 18% interest rate. And guess what? Does he still have that house now? Because you know what happened over the last 30 years? 33, 37 years, something like that. The interest rates kept going down, and his value kept going up. What's the value now? The value's probably what? Triple that? At least. So he won. The interest rate didn't matter because the fact that real estate and land is finite is undefeated. You cannot create more land. It cannot be done. You cannot create land. God gave us this much, unless they get ready to start draining the oceans. So when you think about it like that, and you apply this person right here, this is a real life example of high rate. You buy real estate and you hold it. You buy real estate and wait. It's a long play. It's not a get rich quick. And this is the thing. And this is a big thing that's near and dear to my heart, y'all. And you will hear me say this over and over and over. And I used to be scared to say it, but I believe this with all of my heart and my soul. The African American community be late to the party on stuff like this. When I'm like, hey, I know you want a $1,200 payment, and I'm saying you can go to $1,700, and then now 2 years later, the rates are double, and you begging for a $1,700 payment. Meanwhile, everybody else was like, I'll take two. Sign me up for, give me two of them 1,700s. And you know what? I got a let me get some equity out of this one, and I'm just throw in an investment property too. Okay. And guys, this is what I'm saying. When I say this, it's not because we are poor. I believe that from the depths of my soul. You are going to have low, medium, and high incomes in all ethnic groups. But I'm just very concerned that where we're getting some of our education and our information from is leading us astray. Okay, I'm off my soapbox. Thank you. An investor came in to offer him $270 for the home. He turned it down. Correct. Yes, I love that. I love that. I'm glad he turned it down. And my family in DC, my grandmother, she was born in 1913. She's passed away now, but she had a sister that moved from Charlotte to Washington, DC, Chocolate City, right? Which, if you don't understand like the whole Chocolate City thing, people move from the South to the North. Y'all know DC is still the South, right? Just for, better opportunities and things like that. She went up there, she opened up a salon. And I mean, she had it going on, and she purchased a home. Well, fast forward, I don't know, that house had to been, if I'm 40, that house had to be 60, 65 years old. Well, my grandmother's sister, she died long time. She died before I was born. So she gave it to her 3 kids. Well, one of her 3 kids immediately was like, buy me out. So that left 2. Well, one of the 2 stayed in the house. She stayed in the house all these years. Well, when she passed away, the remaining sibling was like, I'm selling. And if you all don't know what's going on in DC right now, where I was like, oh, it's Chocolate City. It ain't Chocolate City no more. It is not. Like, I've been going to this house my entire life, and knew the neighbors and everything. And I remember when I pulled up one time, I was like, I don't know you. Who is that? So the neighborhood started to change. People were coming in, and they were gutting these homes. So they're kind of like row houses. And so I think the square footage probably couldn't have been no more than maybe 12 or 1,300 square feet. They went in, gutted it, new floors, new house on the inside, and sold it. I think it's like $1 million, but I think the family, I think they might have paid us like maybe like, not us, not me, maybe like 400,000 or 500,000, something like that. So stay ready. So you have to get ready. My dad died back in 2010, and similar, everything that I just said, rinse and repeat, same thing. My sister did not keep it up, and the house is falling apart. It was falling apart so bad. I swear this is a true story. It was falling apart so bad. I remember I woke up one morning and I went on Facebook. I was in like a real estate Facebook group, and lo and behold, don't you know that they was talking about that house? It just happened to be just sheer coincidence. They were talking about that house. And I think they were advertising it for like 200 some $1,000, something like that. The house was like $80,000. It was dilapidated. It was horrible. It was really bad. But if we would have kept it up, you know, and renovated, I'm sure it'd been worth, you know, a good amount. Because when I looked at what was around that neighborhood, I think Temple University is near there. I was just born in Philadelphia. I don't know nothing about that city. I just happened to be born there. I'm a 704 girl. I'm Charlotte all day. Gang, gang. But yes, so if we would have kept it up, that would have been, but it's okay. I don't know what I'm gonna do with my house. I debate back and forth. The reason why I purchased my home is because I figured, well, I know I'll never save money for my son to go to college. And so when I started seeing like some of my more affluent colleagues and the way that they move with real estate, they're like, oh, I'm gonna buy this house and I'm gonna keep it. The kids gonna grow up and, you know, we're gonna send them off to school and they get the loans and okay, they pay a little bit of the loans and I'm sorry, no, you get an equity line of credit, pay the loan, a little bit of equity line payment because it's interest only. Kids move back home, stack their money. They find a husband, wife, move out. We done paid for dupe education payments for about 4 years. Little interest only payments. Let's sell this house. We're going to cash out, downsize, and everybody debt free. When I saw that was the move, I said, oh, okay. Got it. I understand. I see what's going on here. Let me give me one of them. Could I buy my house today? I couldn't. So I don't never want nobody to feel like I'm saying anything bad. I couldn't buy my own house if I had to. It's hard. It's very difficult. Very, very challenging. But as the years have gone on and on, I bought my house in 2017. Purchased my home in 2017. And at the time, I remember, y'all, my rate that I got was a 3.75. I was nervous that the rates was gonna go up. I was like, I gotta get a house right now. So I got the house at the end of 2017, new construction. So even though I'd be talking my whatever, I got new construction. So got new construction, got the house or whatever. And I figured, I'm like, I'll sell the house in, 4 or 5 years. I'll move to a bigger house. And, I'll be balling out of control. I'll buy me a house. Ain't none of that happened. But I do still, I have the equity. The equity is the equity. It's here. It's not going anywhere. I don't know if, once my son goes to college, if he goes to college, if that means I'll sell the house. But I kind of feel like he's a boy. Like when I say my son is a boy, y'all, he's a boy. So he might need somewhere to stay. So I don't know if I'll keep the house for him to always have somewhere to live. But real estate does provide some choices and some opportunities. So if you can afford not to get caught up psychologically in the rate in the house not looking the way that you want it to, I would strongly recommend it. Because I'm going to tell you this, the mindset of our community, of all the real estate transactions last year, y'all know what? Put in the chat, how many of all of the real estate transactions that we had in 2022, what percentage do you believe were African-American purchases? Please tell me, engage with me, please. Tell me, entertain me. What do you all believe of all the trillions and trillions of dollars of real estate that was bought and sold last year? What percentage of those transactions do you believe to have been African-American community? Because when I saw it, I was like, I know you lying. I know you lying. I know you lied. Ain't no way. I do loans every day. I was killing it last year. Ain't no way. That was me. So we've we've all known that, since segregation, that ownership home ownership rate of African Americans has pretty much been just the same. Like, it hasn't gotten better. But in this case, according to NAR is the National Association of Realtors. That is the realtor trade organization. And so they record data from real estate transactions when you complete loan applications, and they say, are you African American, Asian, Hispanic, Indian? Those data points are collected for purposes like this, because this is something that's related to fair housing, and they start to investigate, like, what is happening, what's going on. More Americans own homes overall, like the entire United States of America. Home ownership is up, but the gap between Black and white is the biggest in nearly a decade. Now, granted, it says we face some home buying challenges, but okay, cool. Now, in terms of the way that the population is made up, statistically, we are considered a minority. So, y'all, look, while the United States homeownership rate increased to 65.5%, we're at 44 overall, right? So it's only gone up 0.4% in 10 years. And is nearly 29 percentage points less than white Americans. So they're 72%. So that means 7 out of 10 own homes. And we're about 4.5 out of 10 that own homes. Asian and Hispanic Americans experienced the biggest homeownership rate gains over the last decade. That's interesting. Hold on. Wait. No, hold on. What? The Asians and Hispanics, the biggest homeownership rate. Wait a minute now. I've been watching the news and I thought Trump said, well, we can go. Never mind. Just kidding. I ain't going to go there. So they're here and they're here to stay, y'all. Okay. Not only are they here and they're here to stay, they are working harder in some cases, even, to be able to save and to be able to buy the American dream. The numbers are the numbers. I don't know what to say. But nonetheless, Black homeowners and renters are most cost burdened than any other racial group. Less than 10% of Black renters can afford to buy the typical home. Yeah. Now, I'm going to let Real Bravado pontificate on his channel why he thinks that may be true, because he'll talk about the family units and all of that. Obviously, America is built to be a 2-parent household. Period. It's a 2-income, 2-parent household. That's how I can't change it. It's a fact. I don't know if you feel like it's fair or unfair. That ain't my problem. I don't really care. It is what it is. And in this particular case, this is problematic, and it's severely hurting us. But I ain't want to get into all that. That ain't the point of the story. The point of the story is this. Where is it? I think is it toward the bottom? Here we go. Home buyer demographics by race and ethnicity. Using data from its latest profile of home buyers and sellers report. Again, remember I told you we over here facts. I got a journalism degree. I don't be saying stuff just arbitrarily. And if I am, I'll tell you. I think I'm lying when I say this. Watch out. Lie ahead. NAR analyzed the characteristics of home buyers and their reasons for am I right? Yeah. And their reasons for purchasing, and the steps that they took in the home buying process, and the ways that buyers finance their homes based on race. Among all home buyers, white Americans made up the largest share, 88%, followed by, Hispanic Americans. While everybody laughing at them and disrespecting them and feeling that you have some that you might be superior, they coming and they're passing other groups of us. Black Americans, 3%. 3%. 3%, y'all. Well, Asian Americans were 2%, and then others 3%. Okay. African American community, 3 out of 10. 3 out of 100. 3. Now, clearly, I probably am going to attract African American home buyers because they may feel more comfortable with me. Again, that is why I use this platform, because I want people to know I'm a regular person too. My life messed up. Especially right now, child. I need some loans to close. Anyway, yes, I see people every day. So I have my own set of data points just from the qualitative data that I have. Yeah. I didn't think it was this low though. You couldn't have paid me any money to say that it was 3%. I'll call you a liar. What? Ain't no way. Not the way them girls be selling real estate in Atlanta. Yeah, 3%. So as far as down payments are concerned, Black Americans got the down payment from 401k and pension funds more than any other group, which is 16%, which increased 2 percentage points from last year. Really is not neither here nor there, but we got money from 401ks. Asian Americans receive monies from gifts and loans from a relative or a friend. Those two groups far more than everybody else. Hispanic Americans had the largest share of student loan debt. That's surprising, right? Followed by Black Americans, 33%. White Americans, 17%. Asian Americans, 13%. Okay. Now they get into the whole discrimination thing. I ain't gonna touch that. That's not the purpose of what I wanted to talk about. But I wanted to highlight the disparity. 3%. Do y'all know how many 3% is? Do y'all know? Three out of 100? Out of 100 transactions, 3? I guess the inference here with this article is suggesting that the hurdle is the down payment, but I beg to differ. The down payment is a thing, which, yeah, the down payment is a thing. Like, let me be clear. The down payment is definitely a thing. But I often encounter this. The conversation will go something like this. Oh, Joy, I want to buy a house. Okay, cool. You want to buy a house? Right. All right. Well, what you want your payment to be? We'll go through the whole thing or whatever. And then I'm like, well, how much, what do the houses cost that you like? What is it? What's the purchase price? And they'll say something like $400,000. And I'll say, oh, okay. So $400,000 and you want your payment to be $1,700. Well, that's askew. So let's try and figure it out. Okay. So let's say you're doing a first time home buyer, 3% down. That's $12,000. So somebody will say to me, oh, well, I'm a first time home buyer. So can I get down payment assistance? Baby, let me explain something to y'all. If no one has ever explained this, please tell a friend to tell a friend. Down payment assistance does not radically change your payment. It only helps you get over the hurdle to get access to the payment. You have to still be able to afford the payment to support a $388,000 loan in this example of a $400,000 house. A $400,000 house plus down payment assistance does not equal a $200,000 payment. It's all the same. So when they're like, okay, the hurdles, that I don't believe that necessarily to be the thing. I certainly think it's part of it. Absolutely. But I mean, the prices are just astronomical. And a lot of times what I've been seeing lately with some of the younger buyers, the Gen Zers, they are coming in with multiple people, and those people have multiple jobs. So I only want one job. I need a second job though, by the way, y'all. But again, but yes, we typically have just one job, oh, I'm a doctor, I'm a lawyer, I'm a nurse, I'm an architect, I'm an engineer, I'm a teacher, I'm a principal. No. And I know Terrell can support this. Terrell, I know you probably got half your female staff that has gone to cosmetology school at this point. That people are getting these side hustles. They're getting these side gigs. And so that's one big thing that's helping a lot of people is that second income. So if you think about it like this, if rent, and again, I'm in Charlotte, but I think most of y'all are from major urban areas. So think about it like this. If your rent for your 2-bedroom apartment is $2,000 a month for, I don't know, 1,100 square feet, why do you think that you're going to get a mortgage payment for 2,000 square feet and 4 bedrooms for the same price? So when we start having to factor in the absence, real bravado, I know that if you still in here, I know you know this your time to shine. When you start thinking about, okay, it's just me, because me, Joy, it's me, it's just me. My son, he don't work. He 14. He just take all my money. When you go in half and half, and two people are coming together as one, you take your $2,000 for your 2-bedroom, you take your $2,000 for your 2-bedroom, and we're going to put our 2,000s together. Now we should be able to get a $4,000 4-bedroom. It's a mental hurdle. That is what I believe to be true. I think it is a mental hurdle. It's high. I'm certainly not discounting it. Like, don't get me wrong. Don't be like, Joelle, she act like it ain't high. Oh, no, it's high. I mean, like, I got heart palpitations a little bit saying 4,000. That's a lot. But it's where we at. You can't change it. You can't do nothing about it. What I've been seeing a lot on different Facebook groups. Okay, two things. And this is serious advice. If you have a desire to purchase a home, and y'all, it's a year process. It's going to take you 1, maybe 2 years for you to get your stuff together. As a loan officer, it took me about 18 months, maybe something like that. 18 months or so. Okay. So it's going to take time. But if you know that, right? And generally people, consumer behaviors, they start to change. You start to consume different things. You start to ooh and ah at magazines. Ladies, we start looking at HGTV a little bit more often. We start looking at Pinterest a little bit more. We like, oh, I want to spruce up my apartment. I want a new bed set. Oh, I want it's a thing. Okay. It happens. You start to exude certain behaviors when you are about to, start thinking like, okay, maybe I should buy a house. Okay. So it don't just strike you like lightning. It's coming. So here is one of two mistakes that I'm seeing. July 11th of 2023 that you want to buy a house next summer. Your lease is ending in August of 2023. You're like, well, I can't buy right now, but Joy, I just want to talk about it. Just can you kind of like tell me like if I was to buy, like how much could I buy? What will my payment look like? What, whatever. We go through the whole thing. I do my Zoom call because I do Zoom calls with people. I do my Zoom call with you. Go through the whole situation. And I tell you all of the information. And you go out. And I told you, you need to save $24,000. Now, I know you can save $24,000 because I know you make $113,000. So, okay, I give you your marching orders. Here's the two problems. Problem number one, what I see people do is that they know that they want to purchase a home in 12 months, 18 months. They end one lease and on purpose go out and find the biggest, shiniest, fanciest, most expensive, high-end luxury apartment with a view up in the sky. What was it? Moving on up to the deluxe apartment in the sky that they can find. Now, I just told you need to save $24,000. I told you that 30 minutes ago before you ran out and you signed this lease for 12 months. That now you went from your payment in your current apartment lease ending that is, let's call it $1,600. And now you got a $2,400 rent because I told you that you need to get geared up for a $2,400 payment. So you don't leave room to save because I told you need to save. What you didn't. So you didn't think. Mistake number one. Mistake number two. The second thing that I see, guys, is people get caught with their pants down. People get caught with their pants down, meaning no one at this point in 2023 should be oblivious to the fact that rents are up, home prices are up. They went up last year. They went up the year before that. They went up the year before that. That first adjustment, that first COVID adjustment from 2019 to 2020, we were all shocked and appalled to pull up the news, the shade room, TikTok, and people say, oh my God, I just got this letter. They going up on my rent, $800. $800. These are unheard of increases. We know this. We didn't know that this could happen. We never heard of this before. Is this possible? Can you do that? Well, in the South, you definitely can. We don't have rent control like they have like up north or in New York. So they can do whatever they want to do. But when you know that that's a trend and that's happening, you done heard all your friends talk about it. You done seen it on all the social media platforms and you know you want to buy a house. Why wait until the landlord come down your street to then hop on some Facebook group to try and cry and complain? Oh my God, I can't believe they went up on my rent $600. How did you not know? How is it, like, seriously, how is it possible that you trying to be surprised? So those are two things. Like, I'm slightly embellishing, but not really, for real, because I can read very well. I'm a very good writer. I read emotion very well. And they get on the Facebook groups and, I can't believe it. I'm in a panic. I'm buying a house. I need to buy. Well, I mean, you knew that. You didn't see this coming. So guys, my advice is, if you know that you want to purchase, plan for it accordingly. Downsize your apartment. Split the rent with a roommate so you can save more aggressively. So that 3% that I just talked about of African Americans that bought in the midst of a frenzy in the housing market, you'll have the funds. You don't have to, you ain't got to stunt. I mean, I like stunting a little bit now, I like a good stunt. Don't get me wrong. But I would just like to say that that's something that I have observed in talking with people and what I've seen, some of the trends, because I see things before the data comes out. I see the behaviors. Most people should have a side hustle. They sure should. I need one. Oh, this is my side hustle. I guess maybe I don't know. We try and make it a side hustle when I get monetized. Oh, can y'all like? Did y'all like? Can y'all like it again? Can y'all call somebody and tell them to like it for me too? Try and get monetized for real. Hey, Mr. CKB, y'all, he's a content creator too. All my content creators on here. I got Terrell. He is an assistant principal in St. Louis or right outside. No, in Illinois. He got a new job. And he talks about education, and just like kind of like really current events and things that are going on. Mr. CKB, he is in law school and he has a channel that is doing amazing right now. Like if you like, I got 11 people talking to me right now, watching me. Y'all, if y'all go to Mr. CKB's channel on any given Saturday, it'll be jumping. It's like 100 people in the chat. And like David, Carmina, Terrell, and I, Mama Bear Mamas, we watch them grow. Like he has really put in a lot of effort to gain his community and to grow his channel. And you're doing a great job. I'm really proud of you. All right. The David Carmina Show. Hello. Ouch, that hurts. What hurts? I don't know what I said. Did I say something? I didn't mean to. I wasn't trying to hurt. If you're talking to me, I'm just telling you my story. These are my eyewitness accountings. I might have some really good news depending on. Oh, good. I hope so. We'll send up a prayer for you. Seriously. What have y'all? Are y'all talking? They tried to increase my rent by $750. Where are you in Texas? Are you Dallas or where are you? Dallas, Houston? If you know some realtors out there, like I'm dead serious. Can you connect me? Because I'm licensed in Texas. LOL. The student loan freezes over in a few months. I mean, so I have a video about that. That I recorded. Did I put it out yet? I did. I put it out like 2-3 days ago. I think I put it out on Friday, maybe. I can't remember. But I talked about it. We were always factoring it in, so it didn't matter. We always factored it in, so it doesn't change anything. My recommendation for everyone, before you call me talking about you want to get a house, I believe this. I think this is the order that you should go. Call a student loan servicer, get income-driven, income-based repayment if you can. Joe Biden has instructed the Department of Education to restructure the way that they calculate what's considered to be an affordable payment. Prior to COVID, they use 15% of your discretionary income. Now, this is going to be based on your loan amounts. It's going to be based on your income and your household size, but 15% of discretionary income. Okay, cool. Now, it is only going to be 5% of your discretionary income. So that means it's even more affordable. And quite frankly, I believe that that's fair. I mean, I don't think it's fair. I think what's fair is, which is completely not related to this, but I got to get this off. I think that they need to erase all of the accrued interest because I owe double what I borrowed. I ain't that smart. I'm not $160,000 worth of school smart. I ain't that smart. I'm smart enough, but I ain't that smart. And it's, the deferred interest, which funny enough, I don't know if you all know what a negative amortizing loan is, but that's what that is. So whenever you get on an income-based repayment, that means you're paying less than the payment would be for you to be able to pay the loan off in, say, 120 months. So let's say you're supposed to pay $500 a month for 10 years to pay off the whole loan, but then you only been paying $100. That means that you still owe the money. Not only do you owe that money, you owe interest as the money has accrued. So I find that to be fascinating that in mortgage, it is not allowed to have a negative amortizing loan, meaning we can't give you a loan and then you owe more on the loan than when we gave it to you. But you can get an 18-year-old child into a loan and put them in that situation. And you can't refinance these loans. These federal loans cannot be refinanced. If you refinance it, that means you're going to have to go to the private loans, and they're not as forgiving. They're not as polite. You call them and be like, I ain't got it. They be like, go get it. Go get it. I know where you live. All right. Oh, you blushing. That's so sweet. I meant every word, for real. I really do. Yeah, he do be killing it. Hundreds of watchers. Yep. Hey, look now. Like I said, I don't, honestly, for real, I might be making that up. I mean, I don't think I'm that wrong. It's probably like 120, 130. For real. I haven't checked it. But I didn't borrow that much money. I went to A&T and I went to UNC Charlotte for graduate school, to which I borrowed every dime that they would allow me to borrow because I needed living expenses during grad school, because I had to do like student teaching. And, kids, they go to school during the day. So that's how that worked out. But yes. So while income-based repayments, it sounds like a good idea, I don't really know. The way that the law is written, and I have done deep research on student loan debt. Okay. The way that it's written now, after about 25 years, they be like, we ain't getting this money. Forget it. Don't even worry about it. So they just throw the whole loan away. But the problem is you get taxed on that money. So they need to change that. They definitely need to change that. What you say? You paid out $10,000 in private loans and $20,000 left. It's however it is. Now, like I said, I borrowed the money. I think that Americans would be fine if they could just say, I borrowed the money. I'll give you the money back that I borrowed. But to have it balloon in that way is utterly ridiculous. But, as is politics, right? And if we get a change in administration and they're not able to figure out the whole $10,000, $20,000 situation, what you gonna do? The interest rates on the private loans won't be 2 to 5%. I think mine is 6. I can't remember. I know when I graduated undergrad, it was like in the twos, but it went up for grad school. I wish they would lose mine. Yeah, them people, they be hacking into everything. They be hacking into everything except them loans. Somebody, Lord have mercy, Jesus. God, help me out. Okay. So anyway, speaking of hacks, y'all, this is gonna be my little portion where I get a little spicy. Not spicy like in a like spicy, but like a little little tea, little, what's the tea in mortgage, y'all? Have y'all heard about this woman on TikTok that I don't even know how I'm gonna share this. This woman on TikTok that allegedly, because I don't know, had a credit repair scam. I don't know, because I don't want her coming to get me. And she got exposed on TikTok, and the people, she didn't like it. She didn't like it at all. Can I play it? I don't even know can I play it? Oh, here we go. Ashley something. Her name is Ashley. I'm gonna try to play this. Y'all pray for me. I hope y'all can hear this. Hang on, let's see. So anyway, there was a situation that occurred. Credit repair. I'll give you my opinions after this, but credit repair is something that is a big deal when it comes to helping people with home ownership. A lot of times people will call me, they're like, I want to buy a house, but my credit, I need this, da, da, da. And they look and they want some magic fairy dust. And we ain't got none. We ran out yesterday. So, but for some people, they will go through credit repair programs in an effort to get items and things removed from their credit quickly, I guess, to try to qualify for a loan. Well, Ashley had built an empire, so to speak, I guess. And Ashley, can y'all see that? Okay, good. And yeah, Ashley had built her little empire. It had it going on. A lot of people, she was selling classes, courses, like, get your credit, Well, this woman here is very well known on TikTok. And she said she paid her money for her to help her. Well, it didn't work out favorably. And so she went into a Facebook group that the credit repair lady has. And she asked some questions and was like, hey, like, is it just me? Like, what's up? And so the whole group was like, no. She said, well, do y'all want me to make a post? Now, mind you, she had a following. But when she made the post, she didn't expect for millions of people to see it. And so millions of people saw it. And here's her story. Can y'all hear this? I hope so. I hope this play.
Murder charge in a federal case. So y'all remember a few months ago, I made this video about these two allegedly scamming. I can't even say allegedly no more. Scamming people out of their hard-earned money, which resulted into Ashley Grayson suing me for $1 million, paying to have me murdered, and then losing her case. Now, in the midst of her paying to have me murdered and all the incidents that was going on between her and her hitman, she was the bird brain that called the FBI on herself, right? In the midst of her calling the FBI, everything came out, right? The video about her wanting me dead.
And you know, when I was talking to Bernie about the Sherelle stuff, I was like, we need to leave her completely alone because there's too many eyes on her.
Didn't I tell y'all her post wasn't going to age well? I would rather have the FBI question me for once before I ever do this. I don't think these be real, though. Well. According to the United States federal government, you, my girl, along with your wife, have been charged with account of racketeering and murder. And that's the first of many charges to come. Now, if y'all ain't seen this video, go to YouTube. You can start it all over from the beginning if you need to, because it's a deep rabbit hole. But now, to a lot of you people who stood out here praising this woman, saying that we trolling her, we trying to get clout off of her, aka that's what Olivia said. Let me read you real quick. Dear Sherelle Hodge, the enclosed information is provided by the United States Department of Justice Victim Notification System. Before she come out talking about all this shit is fake, this came directly from the government. But let me show you real quick. Okay, so here's the topic. Charges have been filed against defendants Ashley Grayson and Joshua Grayson. The lead prosecutor for this case is Neil Oldham. If you don't know who Neil is, I suggest you go look up some of his cases. Because one thing that man gonna do is get some conviction. So what I really want to know is, how do all you people that kept saying I was trying to put stuff on Ashley Grayson, I was trying to gain clout by making up stuff, all you people that was sitting there mocking the FBI right along with her, how do y'all feel? The same woman that tried to murder me in front of my children, Dr. Harwell in front of her children, and take Patrick Tate away from his daughter, but y'all still wanted to lick the shit that this lady was leaving? So let me make this clear. You created this bed by taking a video that you could have let pass over, because it's been, 6-7 months now? You could have let it pass over and been back on doing whatever you was doing or something else. Yet it's still you decided that you wanted to sue me. In the midst of suing me, you paid to have someone come and take my life. You lost the lawsuit, called the FBI on yourself, had your hitman deliver all the information to the FBI, mocked the FBI and said that they weren't coming to get you and we was all making up lies, for them to go and file federal RICO charges on you 5 days ago. If y'all want to interview, hit the kid up. I'm ready to talk my shit.
Y'all. Okay. What y'all think about that? That's some tea right there, right? Listen, I didn't look it up because I can't remember if this is the same young lady as a woman that I read about this time last year. I'm not sure, so I'll say I'm not sure, but here's what I know about credit repair. These are my thoughts. These are my opinions. These opinions do not reflect the opinion of anybody other than me. Credit repair is a very touchy subject. Credit repair can be something if done legally and if done correctly and all the appropriate steps are taken to remove inaccurate items according to the laws and things. If that's done that way, then that's fine. However, that's not the case for most of these scenarios. And it again goes back to what you will hear recurring things from me. I have a lot of integrity. My name is the only thing that I got. I try not to take advantage of people. I'm very direct. I don't try to emotionally drag people. I don't try to make promises that I can't keep. And when it comes to people wanting to own homes, it is a very deeply personal and emotional thing that they embark upon. And when you have not had, enough money to go around and, things start kind of slipping and you miss a payment here or there, it can decimate your opportunity to purchase a home. Unfortunately, what I have seen, it seems that in an effort to, have side hustles and earn money, people are taking advantage of other people. And specifically, brown people, Black people are taking advantage of whatever, right? So let me explain. And again, I ain't saying, cause child, honey, don't be having no people run up on me. I don't want it. I don't want smoke. I ain't about that life. Please, I ain't nothing. I don't make the news. I just report it. Okay. So here's what I know, fact-based information. Okay. During COVID, a lot of people were buying houses. A lot was going on. It was a lot of activity. Fannie Mae was busy. Freddie Mac was busy. Lenders was busy. Banks was busy. Busy. It was a lot of paperwork flying around, a lot of contracts, a lot of everything. It was a lot going on. Well, remember earlier I said that NAR collects data from loan applications. Every piece of information that you put on the loan application is compiled into a database where they can analyze it 7 ways from Sunday to get whatever type of data that they need, whatever they want to extract. What was the average credit score in 2021 for somebody that bought a house versus 2022? How much income, everything that you could ever imagine, they have data for. Well, as I said, we was busy. And some things may have slipped through the cracks. And in an effort for people to purchase homes, y'all, we are starting to see people get desperate. They're getting very desperate. People are getting so desperate now. We're starting to see more fraud happen. Now, this tickled me right here. Fannie Mae is the investor. It's a Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac. You may have heard those terms before. They're investors. They do about 80% of the loans in America. Or excuse me, they back about 80% of loans in America. Mortgage lenders are seeing a child support income scheme. Fraud. Okay. So not only are we talking about credit, but people are lying on loan applications and they're starting to see fraud. So they pull all this data and they start to see these trends. They see what's going on. They're like, this is interesting. Oh, that's weird. So with the credit report, with people qualifying regarding their credit, when a lender looks at your credit, we're not looking at your credit score. I don't know how to, let's go ahead and dispel this right now. Just because we say, oh, you can get a house with a 3.5% down, minimum 580 credit score, that is not true. That is not true. That means that at that point you can apply for that product. That doesn't guarantee that you are going to be able to get the loan. When we get your loan applications, not me, but the system, we have an automated underwriting system. It reads everything that you put on the loan application. It shows, where your assets are, your income is, your debt to income ratio, how much money you putting down, how much money you got left in the bank. All of this information is computed. How long you been on your job, that matters. All of these things, how many people are on the loan, all of this. And it reads your credit report and it makes an analysis of what level of risk do you pose to this institution. If we lend you this money, are we going to get it back? Are you going to make your payments on time for the next 3 years? Because that's kind of what they consider to be a performing loan. You make your payments on time for 3 years. Well, they started to see some things start to slip. They started to see some things, some weird things on credit reports. Started to look a little strange. They started noticing, it's a lot of authorized users on these credit reports. That's interesting. They started noticing things. And what they noticed was, after things slowed down, like I said, it was busy. So they started to analyze things from, like I said, 2021 or whatever. And what they saw as something that they have now coined as credit washing. Have y'all ever heard of that before? Credit washing. I don't know this to be true, but I'm going to make a very small leap and say people are probably saying, oh, I do credit repair. But in actuality, what they're doing is credit washing. So credit washing is detrimental to the finance ecosystem because it effectively says, oh, okay, well, Joy, you got a loan, you go and you, for whatever, you make certain claims, maybe identity theft or something like that. You get somebody to, they got to take it off because there are certain laws that have to be followed if you have identity theft and all. And then now your credit score is shoot up all of a sudden. You add an authorized user, you done paid for a trade line or something like that. And now you got a 700 credit score. You got a 700 credit score and you got 9 months worth of credit. This is odd. This is weird. Okay. You go, you get a car. You drive a little bit, stop making those payments because you still a person that don't pay your bills. Just because your credit score say so, that don't mean that you become the person that pays bills on time. So, rinse and repeat. So let me share this with you. Understanding credit washing. Okay. So, in this analysis of 9 million U.S. consumers and their credit reports, 250,000 people charged off debt, credit card, trade lines, 17% within 7 months. So they ran it up. They went and got it, ran it up, and was like, no, I don't want to do this no more. Within 7 months of getting the debt. Of that, 41% had 41% previously had payments made, which is a strong signal of the amount that is legitimate and not identity theft. The average wash trade line had a charge off of $823. The total losses in the credit card industry from credit washing, meaning you ran it up, fixed your credit, ran it up, fixed your credit, charged it off, didn't pay nothing back, $297 million. 90% of suspected credit washers had a credit score that went up 99 points. They're not only just looking at you, are you stealing somebody's identity? Because I mean, I won't get into all of that, but they're not just looking at that. They're looking at how you flat out stealing. You're entering into these loans and these repayment agreements. You're saying, hey, I'm going to pay for whatever the thing is, and you don't. And then you get somebody to go in and dispute it and claim that you had identity theft and you didn't, and you don't pay it back. And it hurts the whole system. So my thing is this. This is my thought, my takeaway. You have to be very, very careful about trying to get something for nothing. Buying a home is a journey. People say it's a home ownership journey. It is a journey indeed. Purchasing a home is a journey. It is a marathon. It is not a sprint. What I mean when I say that is when you start out the beginning of that journey, imagining your kids in this house, opening their gifts under this King of Christmas $600 7-foot white flocked Christmas tree, and you done deck the halls, and it's all on Pinterest and all on Instagram, and you got the music. What you gonna get for Christmas? I mean, at least that's how I imagine my Christmas. I don't know how y'all do y'all Christmas, but anyway, you have this idea, this hope, this aspiration. You want this so badly. You at the beginning. You see the end. It's clear. It's vision. You see it. You can smell it. You can taste it. But your credit messed up. You can't get the down payment assistance because down payment assistance say you need a 640 FICO score. So you like, I got to get a 640 FICO score. And then you start Google searching. You going on the internet. You looking at YouTube. You like, what can I do? Well, my score not moving. I can't pay nothing off. What? And then along comes somebody. Along comes, I wish I had a white hat. Along comes this angel in disguise that says, hey, if you pay me $300 as an admin fee to sign up for my service, and for $79 a month, I'll fix your problem. I'll pull your credit. I'll do everything. Okay, cool. I'm getting my credit fixed, girl. I'm getting my credit fixed. You hype. I'm getting my credit fixed, girl. Okay. All right. This person may take somebody who you don't know and put an authorized user trade line. Cannot do that. And authorized user, when you have an authorized user, that's supposed to be a family member. Whenever we look at it's supposed to be a family member. If we're going to factor that in. Okay, so you feel like you're getting around the system. You're not. Because again, like I said, it's not about your credit score. It's about the credit report. What's on it? We can see it. We can read. Because there's a lot of information on there. It's not just the score. So I'm getting my credit fixed. You hype. You crump. You like, it's 12 months later. The stuff's still there. You done wasted $1,000. Girl, you could have paid off that $1,500 collection by now. That's just my thought. Everybody runs their credit repair services differently. But what I'm telling you is when we see certain patterns, they adjust those different variables to determine what they feel is risky and what's not. They know. And so even though you like, I got my credit fixed. I got my credit fixed, girl. Oh, okay, great. Here I go. Right. They started out with saying, let's pretend they started out with a 520. They're like, yeah, you got your credit. Okay, cool. You want me to pull your credit? All right. Okay. Well, you a 581. Oh, okay. You got a 581. You ready to apply. You ready to move forward because you made that. You got it. You barely got in there. That does not give you the green light go. They're going to analyze all of that. We looking for it. Trade lines, all kind of stuff. So you got to be really, really careful about that. So, again, I don't know that lady. Y'all don't tell her come looking for me, please. I don't know you. I don't want to know you. I don't want to know your friends. However, it is definitely a lot of that type of activity that's out there, and people are being preyed upon because people have these dreams and these aspirations, these desires. They want this thing for their kids because maybe they didn't have it. So they're deep-seated desires that can sometimes lead you to do things that you wouldn't normally do, or lead you to believe things that is probably too good to be true, probably not all the way true. I've seen on other channels where they talk about, you need to have trade lines. So here's how, all you got to do is put this on the application. Say you make this. Say that this your debt. So basically you're lying on an application for credit, even though it's a credit card. Okay. Yeah. Okay, cool. All right. Got it. Mm-hmm. So a lot of ways that people are committing fraud right now. Not only is it fraudulent with the whole credit thing, clearly it's income fraud, like with the child support thing. They start to notice these things. And so when it's your turn in line and you the 20th person in line, and we done seen 19 people before you do a certain thing, even though you might be perfectly like, I did everything the right way, you feel scrutinized and you upset. Well, yeah, you should. Well, them other 19 people did all of these things, so now we got to make sure that you're not doing it. But why they asking? Why they want to know how long it take me to get to work? We Google it. Mm-hmm. Yep. We do. We Google it. Mm-hmm. Yep. We go right on to the Google Maps. Oh, yep. Mm-hmm. We do. Should it take somebody 2.5 hours one way to get to work? That's interesting. Let's talk about that. We talk about all that stuff. Is this person really going to live in this house? Does this make sense? Is it really a remote job? People are starting to, as this housing market is doing what it's doing, and people are feeling like that home ownership journey is escaping them. They're doing things that we haven't seen in a long time. Fraud is up, and it's being seen. We see it. We can see it. Nothing is new. Nothing is new. Credit washing that was a little fancy, but they caught on. They figured it out. But we see the patterns. We know what's going on. Please be careful. You cannot get something for nothing. There is no shortcut in this process. And if that is the last thing that anybody ever hears me say, the shortcut is the long way. Period. The shortcut is the long way, y'all. Every single time. You try the credit repair, like I said, the authorized user, you could You could say that you live somewhere you don't. Your bae or your boo gonna live there and he not, or you try to get down payment assistance and you say that your bae or your boo not gonna live there, baby. No, we gonna know. We're gonna figure it out. Did you know that after you get your keys, somebody might, they can come to my house? Why not? Why not? They'll have somebody to field service, go out there, see what's going on. Field inspector, what's up? Do they live there? Right by the house, right by this address. They'll call. You might get a phone call after just to verify some information, some random thing on the application. You have to be careful. In this time, it is very important to, good Lord, what is going on here? It is very important to dot your I's and cross your T's and do things the right way, please. For you, not for me. Because if you slip up and you say something crazy talking to me on the phone, let me tell you what I'm going to do. Ooh, call drop. I promise you. I had a guy. Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you. He said I'm a great storyteller. Thank you. I had a person recently. VA loan. We went through it trying to get this loan. I ain't never in my life worked. Well, no, I'm lying. Until recently, I have worked this hard. But at that time, I mean, it was constant. It was something. It was one thing after another thing after another thing. And I couldn't figure out, like, the puzzle pieces, they wouldn't fit together, because that's all we're doing. We're painting a picture and we're putting together puzzle pieces. You qualify before you talk to me. I don't do nothing except put you together. You already come, all your pieces. I just got to put your pieces together so you are a full puzzle, a full picture to the underwriter. I don't do no magic fair. People, oh, Joy, thank you so much. I ain't do nothing. I didn't write your down payment. I didn't pay your bill. I didn't do nothing. I put it together. That's it. That's all I do. That's literally my job. My job is to fix problems. Like, I'm the Olivia Pope of home loans. Come on, somebody. All right. So, all right. Anyway, so the guy got declined at a particular place. Like, I want to be somewhat vague, but he got declined at one bank. Came to me. And I said, well, I mean, I feel like you should be able to get a loan. Okay, well, I was trying to ask some questions to figure out, why did they decline them? Is it overlays? Maybe, they have different rules that we do. Because for the most part, if y'all don't understand, we're all the same. All the rules, Fannie Mae's rules, the same for everybody. Like 620 is 620 everywhere, unless ABC Bank says we don't want a 620. The economy is going a little crazy. We want you to have a 660 as a minimum FICO score. A bank reserves the right to do that. So if somebody declines your loan, you need to ask specifically, tell me why the loan is declined. And you need to ask specifically, is this due to an overlay that you have? Because another lender may not. So I get the thing. And I mean, I'm like, okay, sound good. Boom, 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 boom. So I'm sending bank statements, like we rushing, trying to get the thing closed. So he sends me everything, and I'm looking at the application. Everything's lining up. Okay, cool. Boom. All right. Cool. Everything's here. So then he tried to slide something in, and I, normally I ain't gonna lie, I'm not a person that pays attention to details. But one thing about me, I have a gut feeling. I really do. Like, not so much with men. Like, I don't know. I'm not like this in no other area of my life. But with the line, I'm like, something ain't right. So something told me to look in the file. Look at the file, and I looked through the bank statements. Now, we ask you for 60 days of bank statements for a couple of reasons. One, we need to know if you have the money to come to closing. So we're looking at your ending balance for the month. And 2, we're looking for large deposits. Where are you getting this money from? Did you rob a bank for this money? You don't make enough money to have deposited $90,000. What's going on here? We're going to ask some questions. And if your answer is fine, and you're like, oh no, like my granddaddy died and my granddaddy left me in his will, and okay, cool, go give me the documentation, bring it back. All right, excellent, no problem, right? We're not assuming that you're lying. We just want to ask some additional questions. So I was like, mind you, on the loan application, he says I got this much in assets, and I'm looking at the credit report, because on the credit report, y'all, the credit report is 30 days behind. So what you see when you like, I seen on Credit Karma, it might be different than what I see, because my credit report is 30 days. It's a 30-day lag. So on his credit report, it does not show any excessive debt. I'm like, okay, everything's cool here. I look at his bank statements and I say, hey, I noticed that you got a like $12,195 deposit here. You make $4,000 a month. What's going on? What is this for? What happened? Y'all, you don't know what this man told me? He told me, oh, remember I said he got declined from that other lender, right? Okay, he talking to me now, okay? He says, oh, I got a cash advance. No, is that what he said? No, that's not what he said. He said he got a loan, or he got some cash back or something like. I said, from your credit card? You got a cash advance from your credit card? You put that money back. Y'all, he liquidated the credit card, which was not on the credit report. Remember, I just said we have a 30-day lag. So if you do something, it may not have reported to the credit bureau yet, right? Remember, we're talking about the credit washing. That all this stuff connects, okay? All of this stuff, it all comes together. So just please follow me, okay? I got a little ADHD. I might go off on a tangent, but stick with me, okay? It's a good ride. So remember, on the assets, I'm looking, I'm like, okay, he got enough money. Like, he got this account. Boom, boom, boom. All right, we in there. Finally, he put the money back. Okay, so CK, he said, listen, baby, let me tell you who's oblivious and don't catch on. Me. But I want you to understand something. You have multiple types of fraud. You have fraud for profit, fraud for housing. Like, it's a lot of different whatever, right? Y'all, he's a veteran. Like, I thought he really wanted this house. So, like, to live in. So, y'all don't understand. So he tried to, I just did that. I didn't. So there were some other things that we had to do to maneuver, which I won't get into. If y'all want to know, I'll tell you offline. But we got it done. We got some stuff. Stuff had to be paid off. It worked out. Okay. Because now I want you also to please understand, I am not an underwriter. I do not approve or decline loans. I only present the information that's presented to me. I piece it together to make sure that it aligns with the guidelines. My calculations on the math might be wrong. The underwriters might be different. We gonna converse about it. I may win the battle. I may not. They may know a guideline that I missed that says you can't count both of the jobs because of this or whatever the situation is. But I don't do that. My job is to collect documents. I review, I calculate things. And I'm like, I can't unsee stuff. Once I see it, I can't unsee it. Because now I'm complicit if you're doing something that you shouldn't be doing. So I go through whatever. I talk to the underwriter about everything. And so he didn't do anything wrong. Like, let me be very clear. Cause you're like, it's fraud. It wasn't, in the sense of, like, I mean, it's right here. He just, I don't know what happened with the previous lender. I can't speculate. I have no idea. And I don't remember the dates and everything or whatever lined up. But the point that I'm making is, I was like, this is odd. Like, you did. And I think it had happened, like, maybe, I do remember. It happened in that grace period. It happened between them telling him no and it getting to me. Because I think he was maybe being declined because he didn't have enough assets or something like that. Or I think he was saying it was debt to income or something along those lines. And so I think he thought, well, hey, I can get this and whatever. Which there is a guideline, side note, depending on the type of loan that you're getting, and I can't get into that right now, but you can, use your credit cards to buy a house. You can do certain things with your credit cards, like your rewards points. But that's another conversation for another day. So gets to the underwriter. Okay, we get to the closing table. We at the closing table, y'all. Finally made it. It was hard. It was a rough, tough, hard fought. It was a hard fought battle. But we got it. We made it. We made it there. We get to the closing table. And I go to my closings. Okay. I'm like, y'all realtors, y'all ain't finna leave me out. I'm coming too. I'm being the pictures too. Because without me, there is no this. So I'm at the closing table. Like, who is this woman? So it's him. He was there because he was the only one supposed to, he's on the loan. Remember, he's a veteran. Okay. Who's this woman? Okay. Well, she's here maybe for moral support. Maybe it's his girlfriend. I don't know who she is. I don't care. But I just got a feeling. She's talking a lot. Why she talking so much? She started talking about how she in real estate, and she talking, really? I mean, she really talking now. Okay. So we get through everything. And like I said, I didn't think a whole lot about it. So let's fast forward a few months. And remember, I said that people are getting desperate to obtain these home loans. They feel that they worked hard, they've gone to school, they've saved as much as they could. They told their friends on Facebook they was getting a house. They might have told the kids they was getting a house. A lot of motivation here to see this thing through. Got to see it through, my boy, right? So he hits me up a few months later. What's up? He said, hey, you still do loans? Of course. I got a referral for you. Great. Our stuff is electronic, so you can send an application to somebody through the phone. So I said, here, send the app to whoever, to your friend. He calls me on the phone. Hello. So we talking. He starts, telling me, how his life's been going and everything. I'm like, and I'm being polite. How's your house? Is everything good? He immediately tells me he doesn't live there anymore. What you mean you don't live there no more? You don't live in the place that you just bought. I said, well, he says, well, oh no, I'm sorry. No, out of order. He says to me, oh, no. Like, I don't live there. You don't live there. He says, well, no. I don't live there. I said, well, did you move out? Did you ever move in? He says, oh no, we got tenants. We got some good tenants. I ain't have to fix it up or anything. We got them in right away. You what? Hang on. Roll it back. You got some good tenants on a loan that you signed documents saying that you was going to live in the house for as a primary residence? And you telling me this? You got me effed up. You're not going to play with me like this. I'm very serious about my job. I'm very serious about my career. I'm very, I love what I do. And, I'm talking junk, and I'm trying to censor myself right now, but I do. But it's with the best intentions. It genuinely is. I want people to be able to get what they want. I think people deserve homes. But let me say what you're not going to do is that what in the America's dumbest criminals is going on here on this conversation on this phone right now. So now I'm a kiki. We're going to cackle it up. Oh, really? So he then tells me about the referral that he was sending me. The referral was for a family member. And he was asking a lot of questions. Now, 62 seconds ago, you just told me that you got a house that you told us you was going to live in that you never lived in. That you got somebody to move in right away. Okay. And now you are asking me 100 questions. And what if this? And how about that? And how do you do? So one thing about me, I don't play those type of games. You get about 2.25 questions out of me. And then I'm like, but this ain't your loan. That person needs to talk to me. I need to talk to that individual. When you've done this for a while, you pick up on patterns. Now, I want you to understand, as a loan officer, I can't refuse to take someone's loan application. I'm not allowed to do that. I can't tell you that I think that you're being dishonest. Like, there's certain protocols and things that we have to go through. And so I very quietly sent it up the chain. I'm done with it. I told everything. When I say I told everything, I think I might have included what he had on in the pictures at the closing. I told it. I just did a video where I was telling loan officers, like, skills that take you from good to great. Like, and this stuff that really can't be taught. But I say, baby, I got the gift of I'm telling it. Okay? I tell it, and I tell it fast. When you see something, say something. And I shared this, which again, y'all, I ain't even give y'all. I probably gave y'all about 40% of the details. But what I want you to understand is we know. We know. We can see. Like, things don't line up. Like, we're cross-referencing things. Your address here is different than your address here. You say you work here, but why your pay stubs say, why is they two different companies? Oh, it's a parent company? Okay, well, let's get them on the line and ask them. We check everything. Like what they say, like Santa Claus making a list and checking it twice. For real. We check like 6 times. It is people back there. It's an army of people behind me in the event that I missed something. If I miss something, other people are going to look over it. They're going to check. Hold on. This don't add up. Let's talk about it. And most often than not, it's something that just is explained away. I don't want y'all thinking that people just be like, everybody running the scheme. No, it's nothing like that. But there are things that we have to do to make sure that we're treating everybody fairly. We're not mistreating anyone. Everybody's being watched. This is a very highly regulated industry. Lots and lots and lots of compliance is wrapped up around us. Everything. So when you apply for a home loan, I'm telling you, I know that, the rates are high, and I know that the purchase prices are high, and I know all of these things. You have to be careful with the realtor that you're working with, because it's realtors out there that'll be like, oh, so-and-so don't got a down payment. I know somebody. And they'll slide back. Now, this ain't nobody this is a story that I heard from somebody else. So this ain't got nothing to do with me. But a realtor will go and secure monies from another individual and almost like broker. At least that's what it was described to me. So like, oh, this person don't have the money. Well, realtor's like, oh, I can fix it, and trots over and get somebody. Oh, can you? And then, whatever. Okay, you probably gonna notice. Oh, so when that person completes the document that says, affidavit that says that you are a family member and that you are gifting this money, and this money is not to be repaid back, that was not true. So you told a story for a stranger, Mr. Investor, Mr. Magic Money. You signed your name on a document for somebody that you don't know. That's weird. Okay. My point is, people are doing things and we see it. And the more we see, the more we're going to question, the more we're going to scrutinize. As the economy starts to slow down, credit is going to tighten, meaning they're going to be very, very vigilant about everything. We want to make sure that we are assessing the risk of that individual the right way, because the bank does not want to be caught with their pants down again. They don't want a lot of people that are going to default on loans. They don't want that. We don't want that. Y'all don't understand. Like, full disclosure, yes, I do this so much. Yes, you are a set of data points to a certain degree, right? But throughout the process, I get to know you. We kiki, like I act just like this. I'm the same person everywhere I go. So we gonna laugh on this phone call. I'm get to know your kids. You gonna hear my son screaming in the background. It's a thing, right? Like I try to make sure that people are very comfortable with me. I don't be judging. I don't care about your 430 FICO score. I done had one too. Baby, don't worry. I had a 493. Don't worry about it. It's all good. Don't be embarrassed talking to me. I get it. Life be lifing. Things be happening. But be careful. We see you. So, in an example that I just described, where someone says, I'm going to live in this residence, and they immediately do not, and they put a tenant in that place, and they do the things in the background. Y'all know that the lender could potentially call the note due, call the loan due. And there you are, feeling like you done won. You done got away with it. There you are, feeling like you done finessed somebody. Oh, okay. That's what's up. Did you? But yeah, I just could not believe. I think my problem, I ain't gonna say my problem. I think I was in shock. I could not believe that this person, or at least in my opinion, I felt like thought that I was just gonna roll with it, or thought that they were just like the smart. You know how people think they the smartest people in the room, the smartest person in the room. I think that that's what that was. I think this person may have thought they were the smartest person in the room, and it's deeply disappointing, very disappointing, because y'all don't understand. Like, I wanted to give up on that loan so bad, but I genuinely, like, everything, there was nothing, there was no good feeling. There was no nothing. It was like, why would somebody go through all of this and not live in the house? It didn't make sense. I don't know. It's above me. I have no idea. That was a while ago. I have no idea. No clue. But I'll say, you know, they be knowing. You know, like in that particular, like in that other scenario, that other potential transaction that he was trying to do. So the gist of that story was he said that what did he say? Somebody was trying to get a multi-unit property or something. Anyway, we went through the whole thing, checked all the boxes, and was like, this don't even make sense. This family member is getting ready to move out their house that they done had for 55 years to move down the road 20 miles. For what? To be closer to their job. To be closer to your job. 20 miles? You gonna move from the house that you've been living in? Well, what? Oh, I noticed on your loan application it indicates that you're married. Are you getting divorced? No. Ma'am, are you currently separated? No. Where your husband gonna be? Oh, hold on a minute. I can hear her talking to somebody that's telling her what to say back to me. I can hear. I notice these awkward pauses. I ain't crazy. The jig is up. I'm telling. I'm telling it. Let me get some more details though. Let me see how far let me see how elaborate your story. So moving 20 miles down the road from the house that you've been in for 55 years. And your husband is gonna what now? Oh, my husband gonna stay at this house. And this duplex or whatever it was, I can't remember what it was. Some multi-unit is gonna be my second home. Yours really? All right. Well, guess what you can't do? That. So it's gonna be an investment property? Yeah. Okay, so that'll be, and I start talking about the down payment and the reserves, and mind you, I done already seen this person finance, so I know they ain't got it. Oh, all that. Hold on. Awkward pause. Okay. Oh no! You know what I thought you said? No, I'm gonna live there. The other house is the second. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna go back and forth because I want to be. You got to be playing with me right now. You for real? Okay. Okay, cool. That's what you're gonna do. Excellent. Awesome. And then, starts to, ask some other things. I just, like I said, you got to be careful. You have got to be careful. A straw buyer is someone that purchases a property and misrepresents if they're going to be the person that's going to live in the property or not. Like basically you buying a house with somebody else, but you lying about it. So like, let's say I wanted to buy a house for my son. I can do that. Yeah. I want to give my son a house. I have a family right now. Dope. Super, super dope. They are buying their son. Their son is a second semester freshman. They ran out of campus housing or something. And they are buying him, I think it's going to be a 4-bedroom or 3-bedroom. I got to look at the property. They just went under contract. 3 or 4-bedroom house. They only got put down 5%. Well, Joy, I thought you said for an investment property, it got to be 15%. There's always exceptions. We got to know all of the details. We got to see the whole picture before we diagnose anything. The boy's going to live in the house. It's his house. They're non-occupying co-borrowers. But Joy, he's a student. Nope, he don't have no money. Nope, don't need a dime. Nope, he don't make any money at all. He don't have no job. His job is school. And guess what? He gonna be on the first day of school going to his biology class. Is a homeowner. Yes, he is. Yes. So yes, that's allowed. You can, you can purchase homes for other people. But when you leave out who the house is for, right? So you said you're gonna live there, but you're not gonna live there. Then who gonna live there? Now, I know you just told me, I didn't even have to fix it up. I got tenants in there right away. With this person that's wanting a multi-unit property. Come on now. We got to do better. But anyway, whatever. Yep, exactly. So this is the thing. So, and then I'm going to wrap it up. The difference between a second home and an investment home. So a primary home, you live in it. You sleep, you eat, sleep, breathe. Your mail go there. Your life is attached to that. Your taxes say that that's where you at. Your W-2s, your driver's license. Y'all, these are real documents that we ask for, and these are real things that we look at. Okay. You work at the Bank of America. Let me, where's the Bank of America? Okay. 7 miles away. Okay, cool. All right. That's fine. Primary residence. A second home and an investment property are differentiated by several factors, but the main one is like, is somebody gonna be there when you're not there? Who gonna be there when you're not there? How often they gonna be there when you're not there? And proximity. Does this make sense? Can I, in my 2,500, 3,000 unit community, buy a second home 2 miles away? Probably not. Doesn't really make sense. Oh, it's going to be a second home. Okay. So we're looking. Okay. What's the address of this second home? Now, the reason why people would say it's a second home, it used to be, well, it still is. Your down payment was a lot lower and the pricing was more parallel to primary residence home. Now, they was like, we got to shake this thing up because people out here buying up the block, they buying 2 or 3 houses. So they changed the pricing. So, whatever. The pricing is more aligned to an investment property now. But okay, what's the address of the second home? Okay. Oh, it's near the mountains. Okay, cool. Mountains, that sounds good. Oh, what's the address? It's near the beach. Makes sense. Okay, great. Oh, what's the address? Okay, so you're 68 years old and you're retired and you live in New York and you want a house in Florida. That sounds legit. That makes sense. We're looking at what makes sense. What do most people do? What does a normal person do? These are behavioral patterns. There's always going to be some exceptions to things, but we're looking at how you move, how you move. These behavioral patterns indicate a lot. These awkward pauses on the phone, the fact that I can't never talk to you by yourself, the fact that, I'll call you tomorrow in a text message. That's awkward, really. Why you can't talk right now? Things, behavioral patterns. I'm a woman. Y'all know we be tripping. You don't answer that phone fast enough. What you, who was you with? You went to go eat? Where you go eat? What you eat? How long it take them to make that sandwich? Did you sit down? Did you eat in the car? Did you get a drink? Did you get ice in the drink? You know, we got questions that need answers, right? Same thing. No one's accusing anybody of anything. We just want to make sure that everybody's being treated fairly. That's the main thing. And we want to make sure that the collateral that's being lended, but that we're lending on, isn't gonna, be subject to a foreclosure. Nobody wants that. Telling y'all, we get real excited. We be high-fiving. We get real geeked about some of y'all when y'all buy houses. For real. We get personally invested sometimes because you're people and we're people, and people connect emotionally, especially about stuff like this. This is a milestone. It's life-changing. So just be careful. If you do have a credit situation and you want to get your credit repaired, do your homework, do your due diligence. I don't get involved in that. If I was to find someone that I felt comfortable, maybe I would refer it, but I would never want to be responsible for someone, being taken advantage of or losing money. I'm not comfortable with that. That would not help me sleep good at night. I don't want to take advantage of anyone that's in a vulnerable state. So just gotta be careful. That's all. But anyway, did y'all have any questions? Child, I ain't mean to go this long, honey. Ooh, child. Ooh, babe. I ain't mean to talk this much. Y'all be talking about some loans. Hey, what y'all want to know? I tell you about some loans now. That one thing I know is some loans. But I'm gonna do this on Tuesdays. So I appreciate you guys staying with me. I hope that this was valuable information. If you would like to have a conversation with me or a consultation with me, my information is what is flying around in my house is available. For like I said, I'm licensed in 13 states. So please reach out. Every scenario is different. No two loans are alike. I don't care what your mama did. I don't care what your neighbor did. That's none of our concern. Your financial fingerprint is your financial fingerprint. It is not ours. It's you. It's not theirs. It's yours. So I will look forward to chatting with y'all next Tuesday. I will have a couple of videos. I hope to get out if I can edit them, but nonetheless, I appreciate y'all sticking with me. So y'all have a great evening.